Still waiting in line? Again? That's time you'll never get back. Save time and money with Stamps.com. Over 4 million businesses have skipped the line with Stamps.com. Join them to save up to 90% off carrier rates from your computer or phone right now. Print postage for certified mail, registered mail, and packages in seconds. Then schedule a pickup right from your home or office. For a limited time, go to Stamps.com and use code PODCAST for a free welcome gift. Taxes and fees apply.
If your fashion wish list lives rent-free in your brain, you need to be on Poshmark. With Poshmark, you're shopping millions of listings from thousands of closets, each curated by someone with their own style. Vintage finds, designer pieces, and everyday staples all in one place. Search for your favorites or let the discovery come to you. Poshmark makes it easy to find what you actually want to wear at prices that feel like a quiet win. Download the Poshmark app today and use code PODCAST10 when you sign up to get $10 off your first purchase.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. It is a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. On this episode, we are joined by Sambaza, host and creator of the Sambaza podcast. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast, a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. Welcome, I am Jen. And we are happy to have our co-host, Sambaza, host and creator of the Sambaza podcast. And he is originating from the Republic of Kenya. He has established himself as a distinguished figure in the podcasting community. His work has been recognized with 3 nominations for Best African Diasporan Podcast by the African Podcast and Voice Awards, along with a nomination for Best Blog by the Texas Creator Awards. And he has been a featured presenter at the Afros and Audio Podcast Festival and as well as the 2026 Podfest. Welcome, Sambaza.
Hey, Jen, what's up? Just trying to get this. I'm trying to get this feel for the I'm trying to get to fix my Substack because we're now on Substack. I'm trying to get the Substack video going. But we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, StreamYard, everywhere else. Let me just get this camera ready because usually that's the major thing. And then we're good to go. But otherwise, how is your week? How are you doing?
It's great. Happy Black History Month to everyone. We had a great show last month, which I do think was our first guest of the new year, Sir Irvin Williams III. And speaking of him, it was a great time to have him on. That he was about to release his first published book, and we definitely support our folks here, our guests. We support Black businesses, entrepreneurs, the arts, and such. And so we had to get that book, Mr. Duplicity. So shout out to Sir Irvin Williams III. I do have my book, and we're very happy and proud for him. And he was the number one new release on Amazon. So how about that? That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is. It is great.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was great to have him, and I really enjoyed the time that we had with the show.
Definitely. And he's actually been on about 3 times, once before you joined us. And he's awesome.
The regular.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to the chat. So we appreciate everyone tapping in on the other platforms as well. We'll go ahead and shout out Mr. Anthony Weaver from About That Wallet. Please follow About That Wallet. Yes. Yes.
Oh, good evening, man. Welcome to the show. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. We mentioned you were at the 2026 Podfest and had an opportunity to speak doing your PechaKucha presentation. So we were inspired by that theme, and we are doing our own PechaKucha, our version of a PechaKucha Battle War Black History style. So stay tuned for that. This is our kickoff for Black History. We're really excited to bring some content highlighting our historical figures that so need the attention, and we definitely want to share that with you guys and get into PechaKucha, okay? And you may say, what is PechaKucha? You may say, what is that? But it's a Japanese presentation style, which is becoming very popular. And PechaKucha, from my understanding, means chit chat in Japan, Japanese.
That's what it is. Yes, it is.
Right.
This thing is. Sorry, I'm trying to work my my HD camera. It's
okay.
Everything and all my trash.
Oh, is it new?
Yeah, it's a new thing that I'm working on, and right now, it's like it's picking up everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got some new trinkets and
yeah, new trinkets, new thingy, but it's what it's doing is it's actually giving me it's
She moved it.
it's kind of giving, it's picking up everything, like a whole wide angle and everything. And last week it did a good job.
Oh, you just got to make some adjustments then.
Yeah,
that's an easy fix.
Yeah, but go ahead. We'll just jump right into, as I'm fixing this part, we'll just jump right in and talk about our show. Let's begin with affirmation. The affirmation of the week says, I am the architect of my life. I design the structure. So I am the architect of my life and I design my structure.
Okay, we received that. Thank you for sharing. Positive affirmation. We definitely want to promote positive mental health behaviors with that affirmation. So yeah, that's pretty good. What about a proverb, an African proverb?
Oh, the African proverb of the day. So the proverb is going to be, little by little, the bird builds its nest.
Okay.
Okay, Jen. So, what do you say about that?
And what country is it?
That is from I don't know. I didn't check. I haven't traveled for a long time. It's been a long week, so I haven't traveled. Yeah, I haven't traveled. So, yeah, as I can say, long week, and we're here. But I think I finally fixed it. Now I have a better view, and it's not, it's not showing too much of my dirty over here. Yeah. So go ahead.
No. So okay. So my view of that is that you can learn from anything. We're constantly ever changing and learning. So that's not right, but that's okay.
Life is a learning journey where you start working on stuff little by little, and you tend to amass all the stuff that you want. I think it also speaks on to anytime you're trying to accomplish something, you don't have to start big, because if you look at the birds usually take a long time to build a nest, like the weaver birds. If you look at a weaver bird, it'll take about maybe 2-3 weeks to build a nest, and that's a lot of work.
Okay, I'm processing it different now. I thought about that. No, that's good. That's good. That's good, because look, in my house, I've taken down big nests that birds. I haven't hurt the birds, but I have taken down, like in the eaves, but in your backyard, under the under carriage of the roof. No, I just take down the nests, which I guess is kind of disturbing their habitat. But when you look at a big nest like this, like they really took some time to,
And then you just in one swoop just drop it.
Well, when you put it like that, I just moved it to another place, like not on my house. Put it somewhere else.
It's okay. Sometimes it's supposed to do that, to clean up the area. All right. Yeah. I mean, they don't get, as long as no bird gets hurt while you're doing that, Yes, it's okay. Right?
I get it. But no, I want you to share some information about our Black History
Wait.
challenge.
This book, right? Guys,
Okay.
check out this. I got sent the book. It's for Podmatch. Alex Filippo. But I don't think it was Alex. It's Vinny Potestivo. But Vinny, he's the guy who sent me this book. We were on a chat and we were talking about it. And he talked about how an amazing thing that Alex did. And Alex Filipino is a guy who does Podmatch. So a quick thing about this. So he got people to come and talk about discover the best tips, tricks, and secrets for podcast guests on Podmatch. So this kind of teaches you how to be on Podmatch, and Podmatch is like a dating site for the pages, not for pages, but for podcasters. So you look for podcasters, and then the podcasters come to you and they guest on your show. I think this is what we're talked about going to, and maybe they have some secrets here that they'll tell us. I'll go read it and then tell you about it. But it has some people who came in and talked about it, and Alex created a book. And thank you, Vinny, for doing this for me. I really appreciate that so much. Okay, that was the thing I didn't want to forget to talk about. We were just on a chat, talking, podcasting, and then that suddenly, boom, he sends it to me and says, "Hey, don't worry, I got you."
That's nice.
Yeah. So shout outs to the people who are Podfest, because that's what Podfest gets you. So let's start with the show today. Eagles do too. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Eagles show. Eagles are the best. The Philadelphia Eagles. So let's start the show. 100. This Black History Month for this time is the 100th anniversary year of an anniversary month or year. Is it an anniversary month or year? Year. Okay, we'll go with year. And it's a significant milestone that reflects the century-long effort to preserve and honor the contributions of Black Americans. This year, the theme for Black History Month is a century of Black history commemorations. Starting with February 1st, 2026, the celebration began in 1926 as Negro History Week, an initiative by Dr. Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, ASALH. Are they still there? The observation has grown into a month-long national event with a focus on recognizing and celebrating Black achievement and heritage. The theme for this year's celebration emphasizes the impact and meaning of Black history and life commemorations in transforming the status of Black people in the modern world. Okay, so that's what we are going to be talking about, and this is the significance of this month for the Black History Month.
Yeah, that's huge. 100 years, 1926.
And it's actually, that's 100. So after the America got its independence, that means 100 years later is when. Am I right? No. Is it 100 years later is when they because we're celebrating 250 years this year for American independence. So which means 150 years later.
I see. Okay.
Well, I got to think about that math. Anybody in the chat can do that, please. Denise, can you do the math for us? 100. So we're celebrating 250 years of independence this year,
right?
And slavery is the 100th year. So how does that factor in? So 150 years after.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Oh, and Denise, welcome to the show. And she's talking about the nests. The nests, the weaver nest says are works of art.
Yeah, very intricate those nests can be. So it's really interesting when you're like, wow, they really, manipulated these Yeah, it's interesting.
But there's another. I'll go for a small tangent here. There's another bird. I don't know what it's called, but it builds the nest. It carries like pounds and pounds of stuff to the nest, and then after that, it just abandons the nest and goes to another one. In fact, that nest is used by other animals to hide in there, snakes and what have you. But it'll just collect stuff and put in there. I'll check and let you know what it is.
It'd be interesting to set up a camera and like watch them go back and forth, picking up this and picking up that. And yeah, animals are really, smart. It's amazing what they can do. But
okay, so that's what we with our math. I know we just got off on a small thing here. So we have the PechaKucha thing, and so the quick setup for this month, we're gonna do the stories. We're gonna look for stories to talk about Black History Month, and I think for this part, actually, if you have kids who want to join in, they can join in and listen in because it's going to be more family friendly event. We're not getting too deep in anything like that. So we're going to do a PechaKucha thingy, right? So you have the setup for everything. You ready? We're going to talk about.
Do you want to go first with yours, or do you want to give the setup rules?
Oh, the setup rules. Okay, so for the PechaKucha, the one that I did at Podfest, which I'm going to put the show, if I may say so. It was great. It's 20 slides. That's what PechaKucha is, Japanese. 20 slides, different slides, and you have 5 minutes. And as they run through, you're supposed to present only for that time. And the 20 slides have to run all through 20
seconds, right?
Yeah, 20 seconds each. So
we're a little, not like our version. So it's not going to be 20 per se, but close enough. So right. Yeah, this is our version of the PechaKucha.
So you start first.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay, so
yeah.
Okay.
Who's doing? Who are you gonna be?
So my figure is Dr. Gladys West, who is a mathematician and is responsible for the invention of GPS, Global Positioning System. So
just on the name. Just the
what
name.
Is that?
Just the name.
Oh, Gladys West.
All right, surprise. Let's go.
Okay, so let's and thank you guys for tapping in on the other platforms. We appreciate you guys. All right, I think it is going. And so Gladys West grew up in rural Virginia in the segregated community. Her family had a farm where she picked crops as a child. She was brilliant in math and earned a scholarship to college. She attended Virginia State College, which became Virginia State University, all right, which is a historically Black college. She worked as a mathematician at the U.S. Navy base, one of the few Black women there, doing complex calculations by hand and later with early computers. And her work helped create highly accurate mathematical models of the Earth's shape and its gravity. And this was crucial for satellites to know exactly where they are. So here's the GPS connection. Those satellite connection calculations became the backbone of modern GPS, Global Positioning System. Your phone can say turn left, turn right, because of Dr. Gladys West's math, which told satellites where Earth is. So she is widely recognized as a hidden figure. A lot of people do not know her name, but she is definitely responsible for GPS. So when you think of using your GPS, remember there's a Black woman mathematician behind that voice. So salute, and we definitely honor the life of Dr. Gladys West. And she lived to 95. We lost her last month on, was that January 19th? So she lived to 95 years old.
You know, Jen, this is the one thing that we tend to not do as I'm going to say as a people. We don't go looking for the hard stuff. Just like the way Sir Irvin said, he was not aware of the women who were in the World War II. Is it 688 688? Yes. Now with the 688, nobody knew about them until very recently, and those are the things that we need to find out, because I think there's more that we are not looking for. We know the regular ones like the lamp, the lights, the traffic lights, and then what is it? The chips, what else is there? The ones that we always know about. But those are the common ones that we know. But we need to start going and digging deeper and deeper to find out, like you like saying, dig deeper. So dig deeper and try to find out who exactly some of these are. And that's what we're going to focus this month. We're not going to try to do the regular ones that you always are used to hearing on the radio, but we're going to look and do our research and find anyone who has not been highlighted. Now, I'll also put it on to you guys who are on the show as well. If you have anyone that you think is not talked about, that person that is not widely spoken about in Black history, please let us know. Send us an email. You can reach either one of us and let us know how we can get this this info, or tell us a name and we'll go searching for it and we'll present it for you, and we'll say who advised us. So that's an assignment for everybody who's on and who's going to be watching, and we'll be glad to do some research with whatever you provide for us.
All right. Sure.
So I think we'll go to the next one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
this one was actually, before you start running, this one was actually provided by Tiffany. Tiffany is the one who sent me a link online and told me to, hey, watch this. This is not something that you have done. And I was like, wow, I was thrown off by it. And yes, I used it as my this week's person, like a hidden figure. We can call her a hidden figure. And she is Miss Cooper. So you
Ready?
can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to hit the I think I.
Welcome to the Sambaza podcast, celebrating Black History Month 2026. Cooper earned her Bachelor of Arts and Master of Arts degrees from Oberlin College. She completed her doctoral studies at the University of Paris, becoming the fourth African-American woman to earn a PhD. Anna Julia Cooper was born in Raleigh, North Carolina, to an enslaved mother. After emancipation, she began attending St. Augustine's Normal and Collegiate Institute. Among her many achievements, Cooper served as principal of M Street High School in Washington, D.C. She advocated for a classical, college preparatory curriculum for Black students. She was also a professor of women's studies at Spelman College and the second president of Frelinghuysen University. A notable quote from Anna Julia Cooper is, "The cause of freedom is not the cause of a race or a sect, a party or a class. It is the cause of humankind, the very birthright of humanity." She is the only African-American woman to be quoted in the U.S. passport. The 44-cent first-class commemorative stamp of Anna Julia Cooper features a portrait painted by Kadir Nelson from San Diego, California. Her book, A Voice from the South, remains a seminal work in Black feminist theory and is widely cited in courses on sociology, history, and gender studies. Anna Julia Cooper's educational philosophy was deeply rooted in the belief that education is a transformative tool for social change and racial uplift, promoting critical thinking, self-improvement, and active civic engagement. Thank you for listening to the Sambaza podcast. Let's connect.
All right. Shout out to the AI technology. Come on.
Oh, yeah. This AI did everything for me, and I'm happy. I didn't have to speak.
No, you put it together, and that was good. That was great.
I appreciate that.
That was great.
Yeah. So I think when you look at Miss Cooper, the one thing that stood out was that I think the book, The Voice of the South, seems to have been one that activated or highlighted feminism, and she wrote about it. The other thing I did find about her was that her philosophy was different from William Du Bois, because what she agitated for was, and this is partly what I studied, is that someone had to do critical thinking, and this is very familiar. You have to go past learning a skill. You had to be socially conscious and be have to go with your critical thinking to be able to live a regular life as a human being. Which, if you look at it, it is the Montessori. It's like the Montessori type of education, where you're advised. It's like you're asked to. Your critical thinking skills are put to test most of the time, or all the time, within your daily life. And I think with that, it will make you not only be told, "Hey, Jen, do a task," you'll realize what the task is for. So you're aware what your task is. So if I'm building a car, I know I'm building a car so that it can drive somebody from point A to point B, if I'm to put it plainly, right? And that's the reason why I'm doing that. Not just I'm building a car. So I think her way of trying to make sure people were educated would go farther than beyond. Hence the reason why her philosophy was different from what the other parties were. And she was well known for that. Another thing is she did occur obstacles and she was lucky in a way, because her husband died when she was 21 years old. Her husband died. Back in the day, you used to marry when you're early, because the mortality rate was at about 50 there. So getting married when you were younger was not a big deal.
Well,
so
she lived to be over 100 years old. That's amazing.
Yeah, 105. And so she because of her husband dying early, that prompted her to actually work harder. Not work harder, but it gave her opportunity to go to school. And because if not for that, she'd have been told to leave school and go take care of the kids. So it was a catch-22, unlucky, but lucky in another way, if I may put it that way, but you can't take it lightly. So that's one of the things that we kind of highlighted on. I found that I could highlight about her. The other things were her education, the travel part. Like, I'm doing a series on traveling, right? With her, when she went to Paris, she presented Pan-Africanism. She went to Paris for a Pan-Africanism movement conference. When she was there, she read a paper. And then while she was there, she traveled to other places. Now, coming back, I think that opened up her mind to what was out there. And it maybe she looked at America in a different way, and the thought principles that were being asked of women here may have been different and changed her from the exposure that she had received when she went out there. So that was one of the great things. And she did get a lot of achievements. There's a school that has been named after her. Okay. And like I said, the book is being used right now and being quoted, and we're already quoting it here. I'd be curious to see what it says. Part of the book says. So she has done her part.
Good pick. And I just noticed there's a commonality with Anna Julia Cooper and my pick, Miss Gladys West. They both are members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which is my sorority. They are. And it's funny, I didn't even know that about Gladys West when I picked her. And there was a reel I saw. I don't know if you sent me that or if I sent that to you. And I was just like, oh, wow, Black woman with a GPS. You sent me that, right? Okay, yeah. So I was, and then as I just started learning more, she was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, as well as Anna Julia Cooper. So that's pretty cool. And then part of my presentation, I don't know if you noticed, I had 3 story clips that I created for my own personal prompts. And one of them it kept rejecting it for her name, I guess, like a public figure. And it's so weird. Sometimes they have public figures on there that you can create prompts for, but for some reason with her, I kept getting a stumbling block. So I just made, a Black woman from the 1950s who won, Navy based awards. Why, I put her name on it to cover up the name of the fake person that Sora created. But the visuals work though, because she's going up to the stage to receive her award, and it has she worked for NASA, and it has so it worked out. Check out my Sora videos. I'll post them somewhere separately so you can see them.
Those were awesome visuals. And I see Denise here that said that we can look at Selma Burke as one of the persons.
Okay.
So we have one we're going to look into.
And then speaking of Hidden Figures, there was a movie, Hidden Figures. Now, Gladys West was not depicted in the movie, but her work was a part of what those ladies that were because they had to have known each other because they were all at NASA around the same time. So that was kind of an interesting thing too.
Yes. Is she the one who at that point when she was it Kevin Costner was asking her, where have you been? Why you always miss work for 40 minutes?
Well, so that's the thing. So she actually wasn't one of the ladies those were different ladies, but it's around the same time her work was a part of what they were working on too. So it's like she, they didn't include her in the film, but her work was a part of what was going on historically, and they probably knew each other, her, Katherine Johnson, Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they did because you're in the field is small, so you tend to know each other. The one thing about that clip is when she went off, he was asking, where do you spend every time you take 40 minutes to leave? You're not found. You can be found anywhere. Then when she was saying, I have to walk a mile down the street to go use the bathroom because there's no colored bathroom for women over here, and so I have to get there and then come back. And then the guy was like, what? And you could see the face. They could not tell. It was like, to them, it was like normal. I mean, there's a bathroom here for men and women, but it's not, it does not picture them. A woman does not need a bathroom or there's no bathroom. To them, everything was just them, not mixed or, And she had told me, I even drink from a cup of coffee that none of you would even touch.
Yeah, there was I looked up, his response in the movie for, drama sake is him ripping the sign, but I read that didn't really have, she did have to really walk far, but his response was different, you know what I mean? But it just shows you how idiotic and ridiculous that rules like that, separate bathrooms, separate water fountains because of the color of someone's skin is just ridiculous, So, yeah.
But I think out of all this, the thing we can learn, first of all, being a woman at that time was tough. Just because just being a woman is tough. Just imagine the hierarchy,
right.
Probably like fourth on the list because they're putting you down to the fourth. Then the second part is you are the one who's supposed to be the homemaker, and here you are being a trendsetter and actually going to work where you're supposed to be, being at home and there's no
right in a male-dominated field. Right, absolutely.
That's one other thing, and it's mind-boggling how the man would probably be talking about. Like the African American man will be talking about the women and their achievements. But still, that aside, I want to say it is one for the ages. I think it does show that some of these things we take for granted, but it did take our own that put all the work together.
Yeah, and don't let anything hold you back, even, a rule or a law that is, standing in your way of accomplishing your goal, your dream, what you want to build for your family, don't let these things, stop you. If there's a will, there's a way, so definitely inspiring to think, back in that time. Can you imagine, Anna Julia Cooper, planning to go to Paris and, do all as a Black woman in that time, you know what I mean? It's just like unheard of for a lot of people probably. So, but these people, were just determined and driven, and I'm inspired, even in, this year, 2026, I'm inspired by what, a lot of these people were able to accomplish back then with half the things that, I feel that I fret about, you know what I mean? They had to worry about much more back then. So,
yeah. And when I look back at the MLK thing that we talked about when we talked about that episode, and then we talked about, remember the one that I went off and I was like, nah, you can't do like that, bro. Nah, you can't do me like that. Pour water on me and stuff like that. I think that between that part, when we're talking, that's when we talk about humanity, right? Between that part and now, the technology that has gone through and what we have seen, going through our lives, it would not be acceptable right now. And I don't think people would agree to that right now. So we have moved from a lot of things that were taken for granted. And when we see other people trendsetting, I think when we see the women trendsetting, it would make other women look at it and or girls or young girls look at it and say, you know what, I want to be like her.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some progress, obviously, but there's still, many challenges, glass ceiling, just, pay disparity, those conversations that we had with filmmaker Timby Banks about the pay disparity and things like that people still have to deal with in various careers. But I mean, we definitely obviously made a lot of progress. So, but it's important to, go back and research these things.
I remember when Timmy Banks said I remember this part when she said she was walking around and this guy one of the actors would come and ask for something, like a cup of tea or something. And she would give it to him every morning and didn't realize that she was a director until I think the third day she was like, oh, wow. I didn't know that you are the director. It may be innocent, but you can see how it can be perceived. He looked at her and said, oh, maybe this is just somebody who's just working as doing a particular task, not realizing that the person had, a different task more than what he probably was doing. And I'm not saying that he was not important, but, you know how some people are like, want to feel like babies when they do stuff like that.
Well,
you want to feel like a baby when you're acting, the actors. They have their demands and their divas and whatever.
Yeah, shout out to Timby Banks, former guest of the show.
Yeah, so. Now, Jen, we've talked about this. We're talking about other people. Now let's bring it down to us, you. What have you seen? Like you say, you know what, this is what we've gone through, and there was a time this was going on, and how do you propagate it? And it may not be with you, but like your sorority, what do they teach the women to aspire to? Because you say that you're in the same sorority with the two of them, right?
Yes. Right. And so, and it's interesting. My local news actually did a segment on Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, which is really cool. Here, I'm based out of St. Louis, Missouri, and our sorority has roots here in St. Louis. Our founder, Ethel Hedren Lau, actually is from St. Louis and attended Sumner High School, and they actually have a bench at the school in her honor. And, our sorority is the first African-American sorority because, other sororities at PWIs would not, allow Black members. So, we as Black people, started our own organizations, and Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority being the first one for Negro college women at the time. And so it's just really, inspiring to be a part of an organization. And, all of the Divine Nine is awesome and do great work, with service and collegiate efforts being the goal and priority for improving the community, various communities and such. And they're international organizations too. So just, proud to be a member and contribute to service and giving back.
I was the thing I was asking was like, what would they do? Either not now, because now right now it'd be like, oh, we're specifically looking at Black History Month. Remember what you say? Black History Month is 365, as they say.
It is. So.
Your sorority, what do they do to the community? What do they go, organize a walk? Will they take young girls to other places and do this? What have they done?
Yes. So our sorority has initiatives. So not just in the month of Black History Month that you'll find us doing service projects and such. We have a robust calendar of, service projects with emphasis on economic empowerment, health initiatives, education initiatives. Like literally there are committees of all of these different things: health, economic empowerment, financial literacy, for example, education, community service, working with the senior community, all these different things. And just throughout the year, all the chapters all across, because we're international, work on these initiatives, giving back in these different faceted ways, very organized, you know what I mean? And so it's dope. It's amazing. We literally, are...
Like, what have they done in St. Louis? What have they done specifically? Like, for example, they go, like, say in the month of December, they'll go give food at this particular place.
Right. That's what seriously, like literally, I know I'm saying like there's...
No.
Yes.
Yes. Like, for example,
there's initiatives in all of those different categories: health, economic empowerment, financial literacy. Like, that includes everything from working with food banks, working with the homeless shelters.
For
which one? Like, there's literally 5 chapters in St. Louis.
Like the one you belong to. I mean, like, the reason why I'm asking is, yes, the initiative. Like, the initiative is that. So let's say December, they went, like last December, they went to donate clothes to a certain organization, and this is what they did. So that's what I'm trying to get from you.
No, for sure. And so I'm speaking in general terms because it's bigger than just me as one person. Like, we're literally so large, international, but like I participated in MLK Day of Service, and we were working on the no-sew blankets that were donated to homeless shelters. That's one that I actually had put my hands on. But there's so much moving going on, you know what I mean? Like, my sister's a member. She, chairs a program called Ivy Readers. They go into the schools here in St. Louis. Like, literally, they go into the schools, read to children. I mean, there's just so many different things going on.
Well, that's why I was asking, like, which school would they go to and what would they teach them? Like, for example, if they went to a school, like, you probably had a conversation with her and she said, hey.
No, for that particular program, it's about literacy and reading, because that is something that a lot of our schools in this community in St. Louis, literacy, is really important. And so just reading to children is, something that is needed. They have reading specialists in the schools and things like that, but our sorority has, made this partnership with many districts and go in and read to children. So this is just one thing out of many efforts. I don't want you to get sidetracked in the purpose, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. A shout out to the chat. We appreciate the comments and engagement. And encourage you guys to, take advantage of Black History Month and look up some hidden figures that may reside in your own city, in your own community. I know in Dallas, there's probably tons of people. I know last year we did a, hometown person, but I feel like we want to be different with it. This week we did the PechaKucha style. We won't always do it that way. We definitely want to be creative and do different ways of presenting this information to you guys.
No, I want to do the PechaKucha because I think the PechaKucha it gives a short snippet of what we are.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just grabbing at straws on that one. Okay, if you like it,
I think it we can always send it somebody who says, "Hey, I want to use it." You'll say, "Hey, I can send that to somebody and use that as a project," and say, "Hey, take this as a project and do this," and it'll go like that. As Anthony says, I really want to call him the other name, but I'm not gonna do it. Anthony says, "Keep it predictable." He knows. He knows. Okay. Yeah, it'll come out. It'll come out soon. But Anthony, thank you for that. Yes, keep it predictable so that people know what they're getting. I think for this part, because last year we did a different thing, different way. But this year we actually, I think if we did that, it'd be like wow. And I like
the visuals are great too. Yeah,
I like the AI when the lady's talking and stuff like that. So this we can just use those slides and send them out to our viewers who want to use it, or maybe somebody who has a project, a child, or your nieces, or whoever wants to. You just send them that.
Yeah, I mean, you had text on yours, like mine was just visuals because I was trying to keep it like real PechaKucha, where it's just like visual.
Oh, yeah, PechaKucha has visuals, and you can have
right.
All right, so, I like it. I like it. Like, wow, hey. Huh? Sora was doing its thing.
Yeah, I was excited. I love going in there. Anthony knows because I be sending him videos from other people, ones that I created. I didn't create characters. It's really fun. I got to figure out how to make some money doing this, but yeah. So.
Okay. Do you know this is to let everybody know on this one? This is going to be like we're going into year 3 now.
I know. Who would have thought, right? This was supposed to be. I don't know. You were just a guest on the show. You were literally a guest on the show.
Now we're in year 3.
You were a guest on the show. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. It's fun and interesting too. But what can I say?
Anthony likes my Soras.
Oh yeah. We do love her Soras. We create some good ones.
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into Sora. So
you're out there. That's right. You ain't hardly made nothing.
I think I made one. And then my credits expired, so I didn't buy any more credits. I was like, I'm done with this.
You don't need any credits. Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, but you have to have credits to make a short video. How many videos do you make?
Well, I don't know. Just for the little ones, you don't have to. You mean the other one, the bigger one?
I don't know which one it is, but I only did a small one, and it kind of killed me off.
Anthony said, "Boo!"
But at this time, I was like, "Man,
yeah, you can make as many as you want." What are you talking about?
I'll find out.
Yeah, you must be talking about another one because there's I have been dabbing my toe in the Gemini ones, but I'm was that Nano Banana?
You're the one who's
I sent you one that I made because I was trying to do some ones for the reselling business of I had this idea of this lady throwing her clothes out the window and somebody catch. I'll send it to you. Never mind. You have to be.
No, you did. At first, I was like, I was like, what's the deal here?
Yeah, I haven't put it together yet, but
yeah, I was expecting the lady to be down and the thing coming from up, throwing the clothes but it was
she was close together. I wanted her to be way down catching them, but I was like, I'll make it work. So, but yeah.
Now I wonder how many people were involved in making. I'm sure the African Americans who are going to be put out there in doing the AI stuff. Actually, the guy from Zimbabwe. He's the one who's doing the AI stuff. Maybe we could put him
what
on.
A particular platform or just?
No, he's in the AI. I don't know which platform it is, but they're the ones that are studies of AI. Okay. But if I do that, I'm talking about an African.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Denise liked the visuals. The visuals were good. Yeah, Denise, for real, they were great. I was amazed.
Yeah, we're slacking on the visuals sometimes. So yeah,
they work well, especially for teaching.
Yeah, for sure.
Making for teaching. So, what do we plan for next week? We got Selma Burke, and what about that other one? The other one for the bus. Remember the bus thing? You want to take Selma Burke? I'll take the one for the bus.
Okay. I don't know which one for the bus. I know we talked about some.
So next week we'll leave it at that. It's for the bus. Whoever the lady we're gonna talk about is for the bus, the one who refused to go.
Colvin. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that was just a hint.
Everybody knows the one and only. What's her name?
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. The Outcast song.
So we gotta get this other one, a different person, for next week. So you'll take Selma Burke.
Okay.
All right. So Denise, you're gonna see some visuals here. You're gonna see some great visuals.
Yeah, some video, and we get real creative here. Okay, I'm with it. So, any additional thoughts before we conclude on the earlier?
Actually, great show, if I may say so. Learning just these figures, maybe this theme is going to be the hidden figures, both men and women, that we aren't aware of. So we already got two. Well, the women have given us 2 streaks, so we got 2 women next week. If we can find some guys or some gentlemen, we can add for the last 2.
Absolutely.
But just the fact that when we see all these women surviving through all these hardships that are there at that time, it tells you that there's hope, and you can't let some small adversities just stop you. You find a way, because there's always a way. And Anthony, no additional thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I have for the day. And Denise, did you have anything left, or you want to say something on the show? Oh, I have a question. I was being asked, why does it have to be Black History Month? Why can't it just be just a month?
Who said that? On social media?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said that, actually.
Okay. And
I told them to ask, but they hadn't said it. But that was a question I was paused. Maybe we'll leave it for next week. Why should it be called Black History? Why call it Black History Month? Why don't we just have it as...
I think we kind of talked about that. Some of the things that have prohibited Black people from moving forward in society and culture. The woman in Hidden Figures who worked for NASA couldn't even use the facilities, the important work that she was working on. What Anthony said. He said, I'm with Jen. Okay, we are not going to participate in that. So, I was kind of like Portia, like, who said that? Who said that? But no, I think we know why.
I ain't saying no names, but yeah. It was there. It was
and
asked.
The things that we have accomplished, just taking kind of the higher road, Michelle Obama. Okay, the things we have accomplished as Black Americans deserves to be celebrated. You know what I mean? We just mentioned earlier in the opening that it's 100. It started as Black History Week, just acknowledging, recognizing and celebrating our achievements. And then it became the month. It's been 100 years of recognizing what we have accomplished in spite of Jim Crow, in spite of, people losing their lives and, fighting for our rights, civil rights that we should have had, So it's, much to celebrate. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I'm inspired, even in this day and age, of the things that people were able to accomplish. Like I said, in spite of all the things that were holding us back. So with that, that's why, it should be celebrated.
Right. So there's an article that was there on LinkedIn that I read from a guy who is from the UK. He's an Ghanaian UK citizen, and he said he's tired of Black History Month. That why should we have it? But he explained it and said, "Okay, hear me out. In the UK, they celebrate Black History Month in September." Sometime in September, there, May or September, one of the two. Okay. And then you turn around and come back and celebrate Black History Month with the US in February. And he says, you read the article. I'm just going to summarize it.
Is it from a Black person or a white person?
Black person.
Okay.
Actually, he was on Afros and Audio. Denise says, "I can't wait. I love this segment. There's so many unspoken Black people that have contributed to our society."
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you.
She's going to find some more for you, for real. Let me tell you. So he says, we come back to the same thing over and over again. And what do we do? Or what can we do to make changes? Mm-hmm. And one of the guys said it's the companies that stop us from being, from doing it right, from moving ahead, because they are scared. I think that's not scared, but they can't visualize moving apart from there. And I think the DEI, which is one of the things that was being demolished. Mm. And I said, and this, I used it. I was very nimble with it. And I said, the DEI is what helped people move ahead. However, when they start taking back, it kind of makes the company in fear of the fact that they were used to celebrating, Black History 365 instead of doing those 2 particular days. And here you have an office where, there's Black history is being honored every other day. Mm-hmm. But then they may feel some type of way, because then they think, out of fear and arrogance. Mm-hmm. And they may feel that their culture or their way of life or the system is taking over. That might be some of the things that may have caused that idea of having these particular initiatives or programs to continue. And that's what I said. And I had to add that fact that it was mine only and not my employer that had that opinion. So with that, it was an article that did bring about thinking as to what can we do? What is the way forward, instead of going back over and over and over again, beating the same drum? We need to beat a different drum. Yeah.
I don't know, but no, I received that. And thank you for sharing. All right. So I think we'll put a pin in it for now and energize and come back with some more great information for you guys to celebrate Black. Look, we're going to celebrate Black History Month up in here. All right.
Right here.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us. And we hope that today's conversation has inspired and enlightened you. If you found the information meaningful, please consider sharing it with friends. Our collective awareness and advocacy play a crucial role in creating positive change. We invite you to stay tuned for more engaging content and look forward to continuing these important conversations in the future. And everyone, stay safe and take care. At this time, we're going to go ahead and conclude the episode. We greatly appreciate you listening. We invite you to follow us on social media. On Instagram, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. On Twitter, it is Woke by. On Facebook, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. We also have the new website up, www.wokebyaccident.net. Please check us out. And also follow us on all of your favorite streaming platforms. And please leave a review and share feedback. You can also reach out by Gmail, wokebyaccident@gmail.com. And every time you listen, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for listening and take care.
Thank you.